unicorn?
She has a unicorn wig.
Yeah.
And a witch hat.
Except Gretchen has the witch hat. Oh, you took it away.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did.
You know, it's interesting. They really are dying for Halloween at this age, then they kind of stop. Not all of them, but mostly.
Dying for
Halloween. Then
yeah.
Then the high school, and it's like messy holiday, get rowdy and loud, but generally they don't even dress up.
But they want the candy.
But then they go to college.
Then they want it again.
Oh my God. Only then they dress like Nazi nurses or something, you know. Oh my God. I had seen so many of my students, well, some were spectacular. I mean, really, really amazing costumes, but yeah. But you memorized the piece, right?
Yeah. I brought something for you.
You
It's
brought
a
something for
present.
me. Ah.
If you want to.
I actually have, I think, a copy of mine. So you keep it to play with whoever can play with you. That's an interesting way to put the music down. Okay,
Okay.
let's have a scale. Keep the shoulder down there. Yeah, it's better and it's a very successful fake, but it's not a real thing yet. Can you play it for me at the frog on the string and with relaxed shoulders and relaxed everything, quite heavy? Do you have tigers on your socks? My goodness, they're tigers.
No, these are my leggings.
Yeah, but they're tigers, see?
Yeah.
Wow. Alright, wow. Strong. Very good. Stop. Go to the frog every time. Very nice. Drop that shoulder for me. Which unicorn? Too high. Go. Oh, frog. Look, you have to clear that corner, so you have to have your wrist up, but not the shoulder. Get to the frog. Oh no, Halloween. She slowed down for a moment. Okay, good. Now, speaking of Halloween or no Halloween, it's 31st, right?
Thursday.
Okay, we need to,
Well, we'll be here next Thursday, and then you have your recital.
then after the recital, I have a set with Ben Simon with the chamber orchestra. I need to see the schedule, which days are affected. I'm pretty sure that Saturday I cannot teach at all, but that's after the week after the recital. I was just hoping that it would fall on Halloween, but I guess not.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I just don't want to lose your lessons. Anyway, let's go.
I thought we had like we had another alternative time sometime, didn't we?
Yeah, but when this, it depends on the set, but sometimes he gets doubles every day, and it's just like basically,
Well, I'm gonna drop her to you on Saturday before the recital. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. No problem. And we'll go there, set up the stage and practice. Have lunch.
And she can come back with Luke.
Yeah.
And Oliver.
You talk to them, right?
I
happy
texted
to
them because
drive
I'm
to-
gonna be in Orinda, so they could just come back to Lafayette and I'll get her from there.
Yeah, but they live in Moraga
I thought they live in Lafayette.
or Lafayette. I thought
But
that-
I'm gonna be in
Doesn't
Orinda.
matter. Moraga, Lafayette.
It's all the
Everything is
same
one
thing.
town. Okay, let's go. Play a piece for me, and then we'll do some other work.
Which one?
The one that you play at the recital.
Okay.
Okay. Memorized?
Yes.
Go. Watch the thumb. Good. 2, 3. 2, 3. Good job. Drop the shoulder. Beautiful. And what's one thing I need? That's probably.
That's the last page, I think.
No, I don't need that. I don't need the last page, but play this last line for me. Full power. E.
I don't know what key I'm in. That's why.
Exactly. You're an A minor.
Right.
You're an A minor. Let's go. No sharps, no flats. Come on.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Aye. Start right here would probably be easier for you. And that's where you crashed before. I really don't want you to crash here. Now, I will teach you something that I don't know if I taught you before. But whenever you have a run, a difficult run, there are different ways to practice it. How would you practice it?
Well,
Okay. Slow practice is always a good idea. Say you did. What is the next step?
to find a spot where you got mixed up or something.
And to do what?
And to work on it.
How? You write about the spot. You find a note that is a problem, and sometimes it's just a glitch in your brain. So play it one more time for me. Good. If you play like this, or the only thing that I really don't like, you play forte, but you play at the fingerboard. Not really over the ebony, but too close.
Okay.
No, it's not a game. You need to play a little bit away from the fingerboard, and the sound will double. Let's go. Don't press too much, but don't play on the fingerboard when you try to play loud. But you need to stop playing wrong notes, and you need to start moving the bow. Ow! No, now it's small. You can only play successfully when your shoulder is up and you use tiny little bow. Drop the shoulder and go. That's very, very nice. Now I will still teach you how to practice this. When there is a mixed run, there's an excellent exercise called 1-2-2-1. Did I ever do this to you?
I think you did.
Your mother's not. So why don't you do this for me?
Oh yeah.
Go for it. And she subdivides. It's so much fun. Now turn it around.
Me?
Ow! Okay, child. The first one's supposed to be harder, but it seems to be easy for you. The second one's supposed to be easier, and it seems to be much harder for you.
It used
What?
to be. The first one used to be harder, and now it's
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your fingers are tight, sticky. The second one is lifting the finger. Da, dee, da, 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 da. Lift them strong. Like this. Go. Ooh, sticky, sticky sausage. Let's go. Ooh, no. Oh, one more time. Do that bar. Go. And again, that would be open string, by the way. No, not here. Later. This one.
Oh, okay.
That would be the open string here, although I love the vibrato on the first finger. Now start right here and play for you. Go. Beautiful. That was really beautiful. And open number 4.
On page 4.
No, rehearsal
Number
number
4.
4.
Okay, I found it.
I want this to be quite big. Long bow, wide, powerful vibrato. Let's go. 2, ready, and... I have a piece of you don't have a good flooring contractor.
What kind of floor? I have a guy who can do everything. Absolutely everything.
I may need to get
Anything
in touch
and
because
everything.
I signed the contract with the guy and my floor was supposed to be done yesterday. But he just texted me, oh, I have an emergency. And
Well, he's not
disappeared.
cheap, but he does everything. He's
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. His
Really?
name is Francisco.
Okay,
I wouldn't
okay.
have anybody else work on my house.
Okay, I'd like to.
He's coming to my house tomorrow because he's gonna paint one wall because I'm making an Airbnb room. So, and he didn't work the last 2 days because of the power.
Well, I
I'll
would like to
text
know
you
if
his-
he has expertise in flooring because that's a little more complicated than
No,
painting the wall.
Francisco can do everything and
Okay.
anything.
Then I'd
I'm
like to
telling
talk-
you, he's amazing. He's done radiant floors, he's done wood floors, he does everything.
Okay,
Absolutely everything.
perfect. Let's go one more time, child. Ready, and... Nice. Okay, that was nice. The reason I wanted to try to pretend to be a pianist here, because in number 4 you did something that I did not teach you. Actually, you did it before too. And I loved it, but in number 4 you cannot do this. So, yeah, after you did much better, not quite perfect because you draw the shoulder again. You play and then you went this kind of soft and beautiful sound there. You have great instincts, but you did not know the score, and the score is. You can't play soft and beautiful even though I absolutely loved it, and it was nicely done and nicely executed. But see, yeah, Miles doesn't like to be bombastic here either, so he will go really. But still, it implies power here. It doesn't imply hagidari. You know? Otherwise, when you played with me now, you suddenly changed the whole routine and you played with big, thick, and powerful sound, and that's very nice. Two things to remember. She's quite ready, she will be fine on stage, and we will move on. But this she sometimes forgets. When she remembers, it's perfect. And sometimes when she forgets, it slips to the third finger. Not okay. Okay.
Is that why it goes to the fingerboard?
No, fingerboard is just a habit. It's just a habit, and it's just a matter of paying attention. And also she has, as I said, she has natural feel for the tone, for the sound, and it's easier to get than a fingerboard. You know, it's easier to get in, right? And when your thumb is tight, you may be right, you may be onto something, because when the thumb is under, then this goes into instincts too. And she's starting to play with a very, very thick and powerful tone too, as well as a soft, because when she started, it was probably a fluke. Let's find out. Can you start number 6 for me? Let's see whether it was a super happy accident or she actually is that good. Let's go. Wow. Go. Go. Ah, that's not as good now. Can you try one more time? That is much better. Now, when you started to play, I told myself, okay, I gave the child difficult fingering, now I would have to teach her how to cross strings properly. And you played the perfect string crossing. You said, whoa! And the second time you played it was not. Let's see what you will do one more time. Not bad. The idea is not to remove the fourth finger until you are engaged with the first one. Yeah, it's very, very hard, and don't get your shoulders up. That is good. Okay? Remember that this is important one. As a matter of fact, I don't know what your mama's feeling about that group is, but you're still too young. But maybe in a couple of years, I think playing audition for San Francisco Youth Symphony would be a walk in the park for her. But this string crossing is the first disqualifying offense. Most of the kids lose the audition on the scale, not on the concertos. Mm. You do a bad string crossing on a scale, goodbye, come in a couple of months. Right, so make sure that your string crossing is always prepared, okay? Alright, let's go from the beginning and then we will switch. I don't think we need to play that much.
Should I play by memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. Go. You sure you can't play by memory? Your chord didn't sound very good.
I know.
Okay, you're doing like. Okay, okay, ready? Just go. One move, one chord, go. Yeah. That's the sound. Big bows. Done. Get bigger and keep the shoulder down. Big bow. You know, I honestly don't know how to explain this because I was never explained myself, and I don't think it's possible. But there are some things that are beautiful and there are some things that are not so beautiful. Slides especially. Some slides, and I really like slides, but somehow if you... That is beautiful, but that is ugly. Do you see the difference?
Very different violin.
Yeah. What an eye. Did you notice the look or the sound?
The look because your violin's lighter.
Yeah. My violin is in repairs.
Why?
Something happened and it just when I played. So they tried for 2 hours and they couldn't find the reason, so I had to leave it there, and they graciously took me to the vault and said, pick one. So I picked it. It's a Guarneri Blue Jazz copy made by Ruffini and Turino 200 years ago. It's a very, yeah, it's a strange cover, but it's a beautiful Italian violin.
Yeah.
You can try to play it. It's way too big for you, but it's a fun violin to play. Oh, don't be afraid. So listen again. This is beautiful. Now look at this. What's the difference?
You're not shifting from vibrato. Or
I am shifting from vibrato. Listen again. Look carefully right here. Or when you shift down, you do not do Russian shift. Russian shift only works on the way up. Do you remember what Russian shift is?
Yeah, and you shift to a different. Wait, so oh my god, I don't know how to say it. So if you shift to.
At least she doesn't say like it's like and
I
like.
know so many people in my class are just like.
Don't do this, okay? It makes me sick. I remember a few years ago I was playing the gig with the opera, and there were 3 young ladies, all Adler fellows, famous singers, and they were sitting right behind me as I was warming up, and they're like. I stopped practicing, pulled out my phone, and started the stopwatch and counted. And I started, says, ladies, do you realize that in 1 minute you used the word like 63 times, which means you used it more than once per second? Guess what happened after that? They went silent. They could not build the sentence without the like, and they were too embarrassed to like again, so they were like, shut up. So, remember them. Can you do that for me? Oh, you're too sticky. You need to glide more. I know, you have a heart of gold, but for now, just let's think mechanics and not to vibrate. Look. And please pay attention to this hand right here, look. Nothing, not slightest unnecessary move. I moved from first position to the third, and then it's only fingers. No hand movement. Go. Ow. Try to position yourself in such a way that you don't have to play the bow under the violin. It's always angled a little bit this way. No. No, sweetheart. Did you hear me play? No, the bow keeps on playing. Now, I want you to play for me with the vibrato, and I want you to shift properly. So you shift up bow, start a bow, and shift on the first finger, on the old finger. Drop that shoulder, please. Thank you. No, you have to glide within the old bow. Before the bow change, you glide on this first finger and separate these knuckles for me. Don't stop the bow! No, I actually want to hear that glissando from you. Right, and now I want you to reverse everything. That's hard, but I'm sure you can do it. You have to not to shift until you change the bow. And once you change the bow, you hit the string halfway through with the third finger, somewhere here. And see, not this way, but this way. Not this way, but this way, and you glide finger first, and then you roll yourself into the pitch with vibrato. Watch this in a slow motion, but in a fast motion. Try up, down. Yeah, that's okay. Right there, because you went nail first and you get stuck and you go ta 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 ta. You have to go on this part of your finger and lightly so. See? See, I'm arriving this way, not this way, this way. Up. It's easier to shift that way. Go on. Nope, nope. You need to change the bow and then shift. I know, it's so hard, but you can do it. Right, and now everything faster. You're going... Don't stop the vibrato and don't shift until you change the bow. Go. I need you to touch that finger to the string before you arrive and glide on this finger, not on this one. Oh, try. It's very hard, but it's so beautiful. Don't be afraid. Yeah, but strong. See, it's like this. Only this sounds like an imitation of a cow. I know. But when you do it in moderation, it's beautiful. Yeah. Now you leap. I want you to glide on that new finger. Yeah. And push it down. Push it down. Use it in moderation, don't use it everywhere. Like everything Russian, we're good in limited amounts. And now you know both kinds of shifts. Now when you shift down, let's do it backwards. See? Do that way.
I think it's easy.
I think it's very easy, yes, go. And do vibrating. now do this one. Watch carefully. And we will never use that one, so throw it to the garbage. Do you understand? Listen again. When we go up, we have a choice. We can go. That's a proper shift. Now Russian one. Both sound good. When we go down, we can go proper, but we cannot go Russian because it sounds disgusting. And that's what you did right there. It was an accident, but I want you to make sure that it never happens. Now play for me the yeah. No, right? Go. Ah, no. What did you do?
I played the D string.
Right. With what?
I plucked it.
Don't pluck it. You did correct. The plucking exercise, it's an excellent exercise for the fingers, but not when you're crossing your strings. When you cross your strings, you want to lift the fingers silently. You don't want to do that. Otherwise, we play extra notes and we don't get paid for extra notes. Nicely done. Beautiful. What a mess you playing, child. You're listening to me and the eyes are bigger. What is he doing? You're the soloist. I'm just improvising the little accompaniment for you. That string crossing and that shift was absolutely perfect.
Guess how many notes I took on the last lesson?
Pardon me?
I took notes on the last lesson, and I got almost 3.5 pages of notes.
Did I bug you that much? Let's go. Go for it. 2. Ready and. You know what?
I don't care.
I love the integrity, but when you go on stage, you have to play music. You stop practicing on stage. And if one note didn't speak to you, it doesn't mean that you're a bad violinist. You just, you play the acoustic instrument.
Could
That
you
is the
stop
hardest
plugging
one.
while he's talking, please?
Sorry.
That's a very nice thing. You didn't really bother me, but your mother is right. In many societies, this is considered very rude, and people would never tell you. Like in Eastern Europe, they will keep it inside, but they will not like it. Okay? And it's just simply, I know that you didn't mean anything wrong with that, but don't get in the habit of playing. You want to play violin, lift it and play it. Some of the musicians that don't play very well, they create this so-called corridor virtuosity. They play like crazy looking passages, but tiny puny sound, so nobody can hear how bad they really are. Or just simply plucking like really, really hard stuff. Yeah. Don't do it. Either play violin for real or don't. Okay, we have still time. What exercises are you doing for me?
I'm doing Saturday.
Yeah. And?
Also,
What do
the
you call it?
seesaw.
Seesaw is fine. Show me Shrek. And you don't have the last page for Alkali, right?
Yeah.
How could I not give you the last page?
Except you said I had to learn the rest before.
Okay, stop. There should be no accents, no help for the lazy sausages from the bow. And there should not be a body metronome. You're like a giant duck.
Or chicken.
No, duck. Well, actually, you're right. Chickens are more likely to do that than ducks. Right. Let me see Alkali. And Alkali Russian edition.
Russian edition.
It's just a little easier to read, and they offer you more. They offer you more possibilities there. Start one more time. Hey. Yes. Why are you stopping, child?
Oh, I did the wrong note.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I'm there?
You didn't
I
play.
didn't know where I was.
You did not play. Okay, well, you.
I thought I was on the
Go.
third line.
I
Okay.
know that you're tired. I think I found it. Okay, do it one more time. You play well, but I do not want your accent. Look here for me. Do you have this page?
I don't know. I have the music, so well, that's not.
Right. You have that. You only need one page, of course.
One
Yeah.
page.
Yeah. Do that again without accent, and I will teach you the fun part about that.
I didn't. I'm gonna spit it here because I didn't know the second page. What?
Okay, you need to practice it so you don't stop. You need to practice it with a metronome that will keep you going. The tempo is 72 minimum, better faster. Doesn't have to be, but 72 must be. So I think where you are, you should aim for about 80. Let's do it together. Do you understand? I do not hold. I anchor my thumb here because it makes me more reliable here and secure. But I do not squeeze anything. My fingers drop. But I don't even push all the way to the fingerboard. I just... Okay. If you feel like you cannot play straight, what do you do? How do you practice?
I don't get what you mean by straight.
Like when you... I'm
You
exaggerating.
practice with the metronome.
Yeah, but you play with a metronome and you feel that you are tight and your fingers are not going even.
You do it slow.
Yeah, you could do it slow, but slow is not a key for everything. When you can't play straight, you practice unstraight. You go and then, or you can do, and that will discipline your fingers. Understood? Now, look here. I need to explain to you something. This is the end of your Alkali concerto right here. What, you don't want it? We can make a child's version of this concerto where you don't play this. But I don't think so.
You just fix it.
Nah. See how it is written, one note here, one note there, one note here, one note there.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard and nobody really going to notice whether you play one note or two, except your shoulders are going to be always up. So instead, of that, just always play the two strings. That will be. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I will mark it here. I do not
Do
want.
I learn this while I practice, or do I?
Pardon me?
Wait, never mind. Wait, do I Wait.
Ask. Don't worry about it. Ask.
Wait, do I practice it when I do a daily practice? Or
Yes.
Do I learn
Yes.
Or do I learn the?
You learn. You start practicing it now.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Good question. You can ask me anything. Not knowing is bad. When you don't know and don't ask. Not knowing and asking and looking for the question is not a problem. I will never tell you what kind of question is that. No. Especially since you ask good questions.
I was just wondering because you said to learn the rest of it before
I know.
I did that, but
I know, but I think that it's time because you had done a lot of improvement. I don't think that you will mess yourself up anymore.
it reminds me of the end of like the Russian piece.
True.
Like these slurs and a double stop somewhere in there.
True. This one is a little harder.
Oh.
So this is what the notes are going to be added. So I'm giving you more notes to play, see?
No.
Yeah. But it's going to make it easier. Okay, now let me explain to you what is going on there. And yes, you have to approach it with caution because usually kids learn that it's fun to play very fast and play it like out of tune. And can you play for me? This way. Your F sharp is a little bit low. One more time. Right, and now. Let me have your violin for a second. So when you, what interval is that? Do you know what I'm asking you?
No.
Do you know what interval is? Any two notes played simultaneously is an interval. Remind me to teach you, or ask your mama to teach you basic intervals and chords, but you will need to know that. So that is a minor third. It cannot be perfect. Therefore, we listen and try to make it as beautiful as possible. See? You will also hear on the back. It's called Corelli tone. Here. That note speaks. Look.
Train whistles.
Here.
Train whistles, Ella.
Let me try on my violin. Maybe it will be louder. Here. You'll find it. Find me that note. Excellent.
Oh.
Now you hear. Now, find it and keep it. Now, that's beautiful. Keep that second finger, don't move it. And the first finger. That's the perfect interval, so you have to make. Right. Now play for me this. And now I will teach you a very important thing. Look here carefully, you only have a few seconds to learn a few weeks of music theory. This is an interval. It's called an octave.
Yeah.
Why?
Because.
It has 8 notes, just like legs of octopus. Right? Now look here. See, that note is right in the middle of the octave. It splits that very, very happy and comfortable interval into 2 very obnoxious. And if we split them to really nasty. Yeah. So this interval is called tritone, and I will explain quickly why, and then later I will ask you whether you remember. Tone in Europe is the same as step in the United States. This is a whole step. This is a whole step. So is this one. So it's 3 whole tones. Tritone. Right? Now, how to play tritones on the violin? There is a trick to it. They never sound good unless you do it right. Play for me this note. It's your D. Make sure that it's high enough. And now see, freeze. See where your pinky is? It naturally likes to just hug that D right here. Allow it. No. Play the D again for me. See how this is like a baby kangaroo, like sitting on a big mama, and now I want you to slide over. Nah. I want you to slide right off the nail right there on the string above. there. And you have to bridge it. Now play that together. Right. That is your disturbing nasty interval right there. But it's very hard to play. So this is your D, and this is your G sharp. Right.
I see where you're getting with this.
Right. And then do you understand? It's really, really fun to play when you did learn it well. Let's look farther since Greta is not here. Second line, the beginning is the same. Do it. Ow, 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 that's a little flat. Ring it. There, stop. Now, find me the A. And then keep this 2 and reach for... Yes, and lift 4. Now stop. Look at my fingers. It's a total reverse. And put the F sharp down. Good girl. Ow, don't lift. Only lift the second finger. No, first finger on F sharp, F sharp. That's it. Now stop. What is this interval? It's a tritone there. It's the same thing as this one. As a matter of fact, they are in the same octave, just like I showed you on the piano, remember? And you told me that you see where I'm going. You can only guess.
I only saw it.
I
saw it
know.
going.
This is hard. Now look at you. You don't do that. You will always fail. You do this. Then you put the third finger next to it and this one wider. And then remember, you just have to trade places and go. And then it repeats itself. And that's the end of your concerto.
I listened to this before and I really like this harmonic. It sounds fun.
Yeah, of course. The fun part about this harmonic, you can play it here and you can play it here. Harmonics are going both ways. Play for me the E. Now let's find the next one. Use third finger, you will reach easier. See? And now let's go back. Like a B. And right. And you also know that we can play artificial harmonics, right? Did you know that?
I don't know the first one. What song is that?
Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah.
If I were a rich man.
I
Anyway.
recognize it.
Anyway, your Shradik needs to be even. Your Akalai, you now have all the pages. You know what to do here. You know to play 2 strings, not to play 1 string. No one will notice. As a matter of fact, I think it sounds better with 2 notes, but you will not be tense like this because everybody gets, I get tight when I try to play 1 note, and I don't want you to be tight. Here, you're allowed to go a little bit faster if you want. So, and you can go. You remember how to play chords, you don't push, right? You go close to the fingerboard and then you move. Right here, and that's right here. Don't break it, just move it. That's right. So, and then the next one is hard. You will have to practice with the bridging of the first finger. C sharp, yes. Understood?
Yes.
Questions?
No.
Then go work on your
Do I
Halloween
take this?
costume. Yeah, you take this and you glue it to your music, and now you have the entire acolyte, and I think you will learn it fast.
Yay.